1 more year. It says a loan without a... 1 more year for what? Who's a loan without a again? Tunis. Oh, until he can declare war, probably. Then we really will have everybody in the game in a war of some description. Except for the Papal States, who's not actually in the player war, though we could quite easily join one. Papal States are just taking this opportunity to beat on the Congo. The remnants of the Congo, which Andalusia has taken another giant chunk out of. Who took most of South England? This is Hindustan. And Hindustan is in the process of taking the rest of South England. It's the reverse imperialism. It's the Indian colonization of Britain. Such calm music for the end of the world. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, so France is coming in with 135,000. Prussia a little bit slow to respond. They are not force marching to get here in time. And I think that they're going to be taking extra damage because of it. Oh no, they do have artillery in the front row. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Especially considering the way that Prussia fights, where they just don't have any artillery. They are slowly trickling artillery in. But man, they would have taken some extra damage there, which they really didn't need to take. France coming in with another 100,000 to match the Prussian 200,000, which are in the battle. And again, Prussia has artillery in the front row, and Prussia once again defeated. Prussia's military fortunes have certainly seemed to have reversed somewhat in the recent history. And I would say that the majority of the French armies are now just mercenary. In fact, it's not just the majority. It is the French mercenary army currently fighting against the Prussians. The Prussians, I think, are probably one of the few states in the world which are still relying on regular infantry. And they are. Prussia would be far harder to take down. And there we go. Austria disintegrated by all of the powers around them. Oh, bloody hell, 127,000. Probably from Russia. Yeah, Russia's lost about 50,000 since the last time we saw. Hindustan, I think, still making money. Meanwhile, the war between Shan and Iran. Shan continue losing territory to Iran. Iran have got 160,000 men versus their 130? This is probably still the most equal fight. Is this the entire Iran army? More or less, minus the small garrison still in Japan. "11th of June, 1770, Cairo will be caught by Tunis, at which point they can form the Mamluks." Gotcha. So 2 months. Can we get through 2 months in that time? Probably. Meanwhile, we have 250,000 Russians against 270,000 Andalusians. It's 135% military versus 129% discipline, rather. 10.5 morale against 8.6. This is going to be a slugging match where many people are going to die. The Russians at the moment are taking the bigger amount of casualties. Both sides... Oh no. Andalusia is now taking 11,000 per tick, down to 5,000 a tick, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000. Russia not taking any during that tick. And then Russia defeats Andalusia. Andalusia sent packing. And there were an awful lot of Streltsy units here in the fight. Both sides, I believe, have a resistance to fire damage. Is that a Streltsy ability? That's a fire damage bonus. Does Russia have a fire resist? I didn't think they did. No, so it's the Streltsy doing extra damage and then Andalusia taking less. But even though Andalusia's best efforts, they weren't able to do anything. Meanwhile, Milan has just decided to turtle up again. So despite the fact that Prussia is fighting hard against the French, I think it really was Milan's actions to basically open up a new flank against the French that was relieving some of the pressure on the Prussians. But now the French are invading Prussia because Milan is sitting back doing nothing. Brazil, meanwhile, has entered the building. We have Brazilian troops coming in as well. Holy Victor, Papal States are now at peace. We need Tunis. We need the Papal States. You guys need to pick on somebody. 4 minutes remaining. Russia and Andalusia both have minus 15% damage taken is both their ideas. I didn't see it in Russia's. Oh yeah, fire damage received minus 10. So Andalusia has minus 15, Russia has minus 10. It's November 1770. They should have done it by now, I thought. Don't know. Meanwhile, the British have given up on Britain and have landed instead in France. When Britain falls, Britain will still invade France. Prussian forces, meanwhile, are gaining together. France, meanwhile, has taken another defeat. Andalusia's armies are currently in exile. Milan is once again rallying themselves together and pushing forwards. Milan still with their weird army templates. And France being forced to lick their wounds. France still maximum manpower, more or less. I mean, France is just using mercenaries at this point. Oh, no, they're not. Yes, they are. These armies aren't. Although I think they're just being consolidated down until they're no longer infantry. France crossing over the straits, which definitely caused no problems previously. Coming in to Friesland, maybe an attack on Groningen. Although that's only 100,000 men against 200,000. They need another 100,000 from this stack. They are force marching, so maybe they're going to try and attack into here and then intercept these guys? Or else they're just waiting to see what Prussia does. Prussia is about to take Overstricht. 100,000 against 170,000. Prussia is going to be able to bring in troops much more quickly. They did not, I think, shift consolidate. Britain coming in with their own troops. 300,000 Prussians against 100,000 French. Are these guys going to get there in time? They're going the wrong way. They're going to Groningen. They went to the wrong place. Oops. Oh no, that's going to cost France dearly. Their troops do arrive to reinforce, but I think it's going to be too little too late. The Prussians have more than double the number of troops that France has. Morale is still roughly equal. Prussia still has the extra discipline advantage. And yeah, I think they're going to lose that fight. And there we go. France in packing. Prussia lives to take Overstricht, and another mighty fortress is about to fall. Meanwhile, Tunis is still Tunis. Milan has backed away from the French border. Milan really needs to be putting some more pressure on. I mean, that's 160,000 men, which are currently just not fighting. Like, France needs to be basically forced to do what Prussia was doing in Central America and just bouncing between fronts. Because now, France is going to be able to concentrate entirely on Milan. Had Milan been putting pressure on France, then Prussia probably wouldn't have pieced out this early. So Prussia took what they wanted. They have gotten Cologne? They didn't take Cologne. Koblenz is Cologne, right? Oh no, Köln is Cologne. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. So we might see a Germany? What does Prussia need to do to form Germany? Oh, they need to core it. And Austria is demanding unlawful territory. Because of course they are. So Austria is currently just sitting on this defeat. Are they stab hitting him? I heard the psh. Yeah, they're stab hitting him. So Austria is not long for this world. Hindustan continues to fight against Britain in what is a much slower war. I mean, Britain has a lot... do they? Probably not. No. Hindustan just needs to take out Ireland, although they can't cross the Strait crossing. Ireland's just going to sit here and hold. Because the British still have naval superiority, like overwhelming superiority. So how long would it take Prussia to core? They're not even doing it right now. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here. It is 10 past. And that shall be the end.
Hello.
Hello. I think we're going to call it here.
Yeah, I thought so too. I have a whole bunch of players begging to have one more year so that Prussia can call Cologne and form Germany.
I will allow one more year.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll allow 1 year. And also to see if Austria crumbles in that time. We might see the emergence of Germany and the fall of Austria. I have a feeling that Austria is going, no, 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 absolutely no. And there we go, continuing. Everyone's just gone into his chat. Sorry, Poet. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure the Poet's on my side for this one. One more year, chat has spoken. 1 more year. 1 more year. We're doing it. Oh man, Poet's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in his chat right now. He's going to have so many people yelling at him. Meanwhile, the war against Shan, Iran is continuing to push out and take more territories. Yunnan is going to fall soon. And there we go. Shan is bringing some troops in, only 37,000. I don't think that these guys are going to be close enough, especially because they're not force marching. And boom, another one has been defeated. We've gone up to speed 5 to try and cover as much territory as quickly as possible. 50,000 against 170,000, and boom, they've all been defeated. And unfortunately, the players can't keep up with the time required, or with the computation and internet connections required to maintain speed 5 for very long. So is Prussia at least coring? Yes, 60%. Revolutionary Russia has declared war upon Prussia. Oh no! They're blocking him. Wait, that wasn't against him. Russia just got declared on by Andalusia and Timurids. So the Timurids and Andalusia are going up against Russia. Timurids immediately coming in to stack wipe a Russian garrison left locally. Prussia, I think, is just going to be rejecting all wars because they require peace to form Germany, which has completely tanked their prestige. So I hope they don't need positive prestige for this. No, they don't. They just need Cologne. That's it. And Cologne is at 83% done. We had 6 months of speed 5? Okay, cool. Danzig War. Wait, wrong game. Mamluks had the best player spirit, Texas had the most loyal allies, Inca had the best play, and the Pope had the most improved nation. I would agree with that. That's an entirely fair overview. And Hindustan was the most underrated nation, as I pointed out many times. Like, Hindustan's just been a wrecking ball whenever they chose to get involved with anything. I would say probably Hindustan best overall. Mamluk's best spirit, Texas most loyal ally, Inca best single play, Pope most improved, and then Hindustan best overall. That is how I would do it. And there we have it. We have a Germany. And on that note, we shall be ending this. So let's go and talk to all the players.
Alright, where's Mordred? Let's pull us all in.
Alright, let's bring everyone in.
Well, in that
Texas.
1.275
Texas, you have your trade port.
Still not happy for being kicked.
You were kicked
Texas.
from the host by evil deeds. Woo!
That's the last game.
My evil deeds were rightful. Australia
That was-
is Australia.
Yeah.
That's not evil, that's right.
No,
Guys,
that's wrong. That's horrid.
Guys, can we just look at the Texan trade port in China?
Yes, please.
It's in the best spot.
Is it
I'm gonna
like
make
in the
so
middle of
much
China?
money.
It's right
I'm
in the
gonna
middle of
make
China.
So much money.
Oh, yes. No, that's not. There it is. Genuine. Nice.
That was a good last session, guy.
That was very good. Yeah.
That was great.
So, same again next week?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna continue this on now.
So chat had one or two things that they wanted me to relay to you.
Oh.
It's basically been determined the Mamluks have come through with the best player spirit. So well done to the Empty Road for that.
Yep.
Texas, we've determined, have the most loyal allies, or have been the most loyal allies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thank you.
Inca had the best single play when they saved Texas from complete ruination against the rebels.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
99% to nation fragmentation saved by Inca.
Yeah.
Pope, we've said, have been the most improved nation, so going from just
Yeah.
a tiny purple states to a global power, like a trade powerhouse. So really, really well done with that. And I have determined that I'm giving Hindustan the best overall. So Hindustan really, really
fair.
well played with that.
Yeah.
So that was just a
Not
couple
you,
of
man.
accolades that we wanted to bestow upon you, because this has been one hell of a play and one hell of a campaign. So thank you all very, very much for participating.
Yeah,
Be fun.
Yeah, thank you, man.
it was. It was a good Mimi session.
Now my
Yeah,
northern
definitely
spirit-
ended on a high note with everything just blowing up.
Blowing up. Yeah, that was.
I thought I was inciting like a revolt, and then just attacked me.
We
so-
killed about 2 million people down here in the...
Yes, the Timurid Russian War, I did notice, had over 2 million casualties on the Russian
2
side.
million.
The
You know,
incredible thing was Russia's manpower didn't change.
I know.
Exactly. Exactly. Russia doesn't give a shit. They don't have to.
Anyway, I'm going to say thank you everyone for watching over on Twitch. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching everyone on YouTube. I hope you have enjoyed this as well. If you have, then be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when we're live in the future. People on YouTube, if you want to see this stuff live as well, please do join us on twitch.tv/Mordred Viking. We do have a community Discord, which you can find at the link which Marshall is throwing up, or if you're on YouTube, in the link below. That is where these magnificent people hang out. So if you wish to play with us in the future, then that is the best place to get in touch and do so. We do run these community sessions pretty often. Like yesterday we did a Hard to Find game, today we did Europa Universalis, and that is of course part of the longer campaign. We'll have to decide what we're going to do in the future, because this is quite clearly the end of this one. Finally, I have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel that way, you can check that out, or you can of course become a subscriber on Twitch. That's a very big thank you from me for everyone for taking part and for everyone for watching, and we will see you next time, whenever that may be. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye from
Bye.
the Empire.
Bye.
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 I have great.
Alright, Twitch, we should probably go raid somebody just to... Why the hell does that keep... So annoying. Let's go see who's live, and we'll raid somebody. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. I'm very, very happy with how that all ended. Let's take a look. Tank Mechanic Simulator. What the hell is that? Is anybody else doing Europa Universalis? I wonder. Nothing that immediately jumps out. Enigmatic Rose is doing a community multiplayer game of Hearts of Iron, which she is commentating. Stealing my format. So let's go raid Rose. So head on over there. I'd like to see her chat lit up with the Viking raid. Just like this. Let's go make our presence well and truly known in chat. I don't know who exactly is playing, but like I said, she is commentating in Observer, so it's a very similar format to what you have just been watching. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. This has been a phenomenal time. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've had a lot of fun, and I hope to see you again in the future. Until then, goodbye.